Thank you, Ina. So in many indigenous cultures, when we don't really allow the government to define who our family is, People will tell you, being indigenous is blood quantum. It's not. We define who our family is. We decide who our brothers and sisters are, who our aunties and uncles are. And that really is what sovereignty is, you deciding who your people are. So thank you, Auntie, for that. Just like we listen to our elders, we also have to listen to the youngest of us, because those are the voices sometimes that are a little bit closer to something that we as older people don't quite understand. So we want to give this space to as many young people as possible. So please, I want you to give me a really big welcome to one of the youngest participants and speakers of the climate strike. This young person not only came out this time, but for the last climate strike as well, continuing to show their dedication and passion for the earth that she lives on, for protecting the next 7 generations. So give it up for Madhvi Chittoor.
I am Madhvi Chittoor, 8 years old. When I was 5 years old, I heard about the plastic pollution polluting our water, food, soil, and threatening the existence of flora and fauna, including humans. We are in the midst of the 6th mass extinction, and it is 10% more than what is considered normal. The dumping of plastics in the ocean is causing the acidification and depletion of oxygen levels in the atmosphere and directly causing climate change. Apparently, this has been created by humans themselves by way of their living. If the plastic pollution is threatening our own existence, why are there no restrictions for their usage? Why is it not mandated to recycle them? Why is recycling not done to every kind of plastic? If plastics like acrylic, styrofoam, or any plastic labeled 6 and 7 cannot be recycled, why are they not banned? Why is it not made illegal to use them? Why are they dumped into the landfill and into the oceans? Why is the usage of plastics still continuing to rise? To me, all this is not adding up. What we do or don't do right now will affect my entire life and the lives of my children and grandchildren. What we do or don't do right now, me, my generation, and my future generations can't undo it. I want everyone to refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle plastics and pause and think prior to any plastic consumption to break free from plastic. Currently, there are no rules or policies to stop plastics from going to the landfill. I realize that the facts given to me by the school system I attend is not being followed by adults and the policy makers in the government. So I want the government to ban plastic bags and single-use plastics by 2020. Join me! Join me! Say ban single-use plastics! Ban single-use plastics! By 2020! Ban single-use plastics by 2020! fertilizer and as a drying agent in agriculture. It is killing lots of insects, bees, birds, and causing a lot of ecosystem damage by way of water, of soil runoff, and entering the streams, rivers, and finally oceans, and killing the plankton and causing acidification of oceans. It is all a declared human carcinogen. It is now detected in your cereals, meat, wine, and packaged foods like Barilla Rotini pasta, Kellogg's, General Mills cereals, Coors, Samuel Adams beer, etc. So, I want the government too to ban glyphosate. Repeat! Repeat after me! Ban glyphosate! 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 We believe that only by inclusion one can have a sustainable planet for all. Hence, I demand that all treatises be honored, protecting the indigenous lands, waters, and their sovereignty. Thank you.
I also thank Thomas for this excellent organizing this event. Thank you all for coming too. You all matter. We matter. Thank you. Bye.
Kind of nervous now. It's great because when I talk to young people, I learn more than I did, through like all of high school. It's crazy how young people really understand their connection to the earth, right? It's crazy how young people understand that when you throw something away, it doesn't just disappear. It's crazy how young people understand that if you take one link out of the chain, the whole chain falls apart. Well, we're missing links, guys. We're in a time where we're kind of falling apart. But it's okay. It's okay, because we've got young people like Madhvi. And I know there are a whole bunch of young people out there that just watched her and just got inspired. I know what that fire feels like. Let that fire take over you. Let that fire guide you. Let that light show you the way, because that fire inside of you, that spark, sometimes it goes away. And let all of these adults around you know. Remind them of what that spark felt like. Remind them of what that fire felt like. Remind them of what it felt like to be a young person, to feel like you have no voice, to feel like the adults around you are pushing you down. Remind them what that feels like, because they were there too. And whether they want to admit it or not, they were at one point in your exact same shoes. At that same point, young people, make sure you're watching your adults and we're learning from their mistakes. We can no longer repeat the cycles. We can no longer continue this chain. We have to put down the hatred. We have to put down all of this pain, the intergenerational trauma, and we have to learn from them. Mistakes are okay. It's what you choose to do after you make that mistake that matters. So next up, we're gonna have a really amazing